So here we need to find the modular magnitude of A and magnitude of B in question number 6. And we have also given that A plus B vector with the dot product of A minus B is 8. So when we find the dot product of these two vectors, we will write here vector A dot vector A minus vector A with vector B plus BA minus B with B equals to A. Now we can write here vector A dot A. So that means the magnitude of A square, and these two terms, that means the negative and the positive of AB, will be cancelled out. And the last one we have minus magnitude of B square. Okay, now in the question we have given that magnitude of A is equals to 8 times the magnitude of B. So at the place of A, we will substitute the 8 times B. So it become 8 magnitude of B, then whole square. So it will be 64B square minus magnitude B square is equals to 8. So in this way, we can subtract here. So it becomes 63 B square is equals to 8. Now just send the 63 in the right hand side. So it will be 8 by 63. Now we need to find the magnitude of A. So that means we have to take the square root of both the sides. So we will write here magnitude of B is equals to square root of 8 by 63. So it becomes 4. So that means 2. And in the denominator 9 sevens are. So it will be 3 into root 3 by 2 to the 4 to the 8. So 2 by root 7. This is the value of magnitude B. Now for the magnitude A, we will write here magnitude of A is 8 times the magnitude of B. So it becomes 8 into 2 by 3 root 2 by 7. So final answer we have 16 by 3 root 2 by 7. Three A minus 5B with the dot product of 2A plus 7B. So it becomes 3 vector A dot product with the 2A plus 7B. Second term will be 5 vector B 2A plus 7B. Now simply multiply it. So 3 2s are 6. Then vector A dot vector A will be mode of vector A square plus 3 sevens are 21 vector A dot B minus 5 2s are 10 B dot A, and the last one is minus 35 magnitude of B square. So this one is a plus 11 A dot B and the last one is 35. So that's it. And why we are using a dot b is equals to b dot a? Because in when I explain the dot product or scalar product of the vector, that time I have already clearly mentioned that a dot b is equals to b dot a. It is only possible in the scalar products. So that's why we are considering these two terms as a dot a dot b. We need to find the magnitude of vector a and vector b. And it is also given that they both having the same magnitude. Now vector A and vector B having the same magnitude. So we can write here magnitude of A is equals to magnitude of vector B. Now it is also given that the scalar product of vector is half. So that means A dot B is half. And then the angle between them is 60 degree. So that means theta equals to 60 degree. So whenever the dot product and theta is involving, so we have to use their cos theta is equals to A dot B with the magnitude of A and magnitude of B. So now we have given the cos theta is 60 degree, A dot B is half, and the magnitude of both the A and B are equal. So we can write here magnitude of A into magnitude of A, because magnitude of A is equals to magnitude of B. Now cos 60, that is the half.
1
So half equals to half, and this one is the magnitude of A square. So we can write here half equals to 1 by 2 magnitude of A square. So this 2 will be cancelled. So 1 is equals to 1 by magnitude of A square. So finally, magnitude square of A is equals to 1. That means magnitude of A is 1. Now it is clearly mentioned in the question, whatever the magnitude of A, it will be similar to magnitude of B. So we can write here, therefore, magnitude of B is equals to magnitude of A. It is given. So we will write here, both are 1. So when you can also say that if the magnitude of two vectors are 1, or if the single vector magnitude is 1, then it is a unit vector. So here we need to find the, we need to prove that, okay, it is already given perpendicular. So we have to find the lambda when this A plus lambda B is perpendicular to vector C. So before we start for the perpendicular, we need to find the vector A addition with the lambda B. So you already know that when we are going to add the two vector, then the component of x, y, z are added with the individual component of second vector with x, I, z. So when you multiply the vector b with the lambda, it become minus lambda I 2 lambda j plus lambda k. This is the multiplication of lambda with the vector b. Now it become 2 minus lambda I plus 2 plus 2 lambda j plus 3 plus lambda k. A plus lambda b. Now see here. It is given that A plus lambda b is perpendicular to C. So that means A plus lambda b is perpendicular to vector C. So from this statement, you can say that when two vectors are perpendicular, then dot product of both the vector will be 0. So now you have to find the dot product of A plus lambda B with vector C. Vector A plus lambda B. Now dot product with the vector C. And we have vector C is 3i plus j. And for your convenience, you can write here 0 k. So it will be 2 minus lambda dot 3 plus 2 plus 2 lambda, and the second one j is 1, and the last term will be 0, because if you want to write like this one, it is 3 plus lambda dot 0. So finally we have 6 minus 3 lambda plus 2 lambda equals to 0. So 6 plus 2 will be 8, minus 3 plus 2 will be minus lambda. So finally we have lambda equals to 8. It is clearly written that okay, we have to show that both the vectors are perpendicular. So we can write here magnitude of A with B plus B with A dot product of AB minus BA is equals to 0. Why it is equals to 0? Because when the two vectors are perpendicular, so the angle between them is 90 degree, and in dot product we have to use cos theta. So we have the cos 90 is 0. In question number 11, we have given that A dot A is 0 and A dot B is 0. Then what can we conclude about the vector B? So if you are writing here vector A dot vector A is 0, that means you are able to write the magnitude of vector square is 0. So that means the vector A is 0 as a magnitude. So we will get the magnitude of vector A is 0 when vector A is 0 vector. So vector A is 0 vector. So 0 vector means what? The component of xij along with the I, 0j and 0k. Now they are asking that if A dot B is 0, then what can you say about the vector B? So if we will write here vector A dot vector B is 0. Now we know that vector A is 0 vector, because we have earlier proved that the vector A is 0 vector. So when we write 0 at the place of vector B, sorry, at the place of vector A, then B can be any value. We can't predict about the B. When we will get the dot product of two numbers will be 0, either both of them will be 0, हो सकता है वेक्टर बी भी 0 वेक्टर हो तो हमें 0 मिलेगा, और सेकेंड सिचुएशन विल बी वेक्टर बी एनीथिंग, वी डोंट नो व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ वेक्टर बी. वेक्टर बी की कोई भी एक न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू मिल जाए, सपोज द न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू इज n, then again it will give us 0. So what we will write here, we can't say anything, we can't, okay, we can't conclude about vector b. Why we can't conclude about vector b? Because vector b can be 0 or can be any vector. A plus B plus C is 0. So you can simply write here magnitude of A plus B plus vector C is 0. Now you can also write the square of the magnitude is 0, because if the addition is 0, then the square of that particular magnitude is also 0. Now instead of square, you can also write here A plus B plus C with the dot product of again repeating A plus